Welcome to the United States of Formula One, Nicky.
Cookie.
This is going to be a special episode just for you on our predictions for the first quarter and or 6 races.
I do not see that. Let's go through them a little bit. I'm trying to remember back. I feel like we started pretty decent. I know it's been rough recently.
No, we didn't. We've been doing great the whole time. So, first race, let's get into it.
I'm so embarrassed already.
Well, look at me. Look at you back there.
Oh,
just
that is
driving
great
That's
graphics.
so fun. Yes. Thanks,
So this
producer.
is we did predictions, anywhere from 3 to 6 predictions for
Yes.
each of the first 6 races, first quarter of the season. We're going to go back in time. We're going to remind you what those were. And we're going to see how we did on them.
Yeah, and I know we did good.
So Australia, what were your predictions?
Easy. So Norris, win.
And I did the same.
Hamilton on the podium,
Okay.
and Piastri on the podium.
Okay. Wait. I think you specifically did it in order that you had Piastri second and Hamilton third, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
I had Norris to win as well. I had Leclerc second and Hamilton third. Now, this was early on when we really thought that Ferrari was going to be something.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of taken our predictions of them off the podium, unless it's a sprint race, and we'll keep Hamilton there.
Yeah. I can't wait to actually go through to see did we make how many predictions we took Ferrari off of there. So I was high hopes for Hamilton. That's
So
why
we
I
both
put him
had
in.
Hamilton third, and we both had Norris winning. And do you recall how we did there?
I think I did. I was one for.
There it is.
Okay.
We both had
Pretty
Norris to
close.
win, which I think is, if you can predict who's going to win the first race of the season,
Yeah.
that's a big win right there.
Well, I will say this too. Piastri was in second place and went off the track. So I mean, it is what it is.
That was his one mishap of the season during the rain. Spun out, went from way back and climbed his way back into the points. But
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's not that bad. Norris won.
race number 2, where were we?
China.
We were in China.
Yeah, and I loved that track.
Shanghai.
That's a fun track.
It was fun. So in this one,
Do you remember what the logo stands for?
it stands for,
I'm asking you, and I can't remember.
I think it was
Lift up.
lift up, rise up, who cares?
Our producer's going like this, and I don't know what this means. I don't know what to do with my hands.
I think he's doing something from the Hamilton musical, I believe. So getting into the predictions here, I think you and I were kind of in the same brain
Yeah.
for whatever reason this week. I remember we both had that McLaren was going to score the most points of any team.
Yes.
Kind of a vague thing to say, just that they would have the most team points.
Yep.
And we both had
Winner Piastri.
Piastri winning,
Yep. And I put Kimi on the podium.
which
I was hoping.
he still hasn't done, but
Yeah.
he's been getting close. And then I was so high on Hajar, I said he would finish 7th or better.
Okay. That's not. I mean, it's not a horrible. I will say my third pick was a lot harder, but it didn't matter because I'm pretty sure that we.
Well, so in race 1, who did we pick? Norris. He wins. Race 2, we both picked Piastri. He wins.
There you
so
go.
if you want to get to the nitty-gritty ones, yeah, we're missing some, but we picked who was going to win race 1 and race 2.
Yeah.
And we had McLaren with the most points. So this was our best week. Kimi didn't make the podium. Hajar finished 11th, so he was out of the points altogether. Moving on
To the most boring race of the year.
to Japan. Now,
Was that not the worst race?
it was by far the worst race.
Okay.
But for some reason, we made the most predictions, and that was because of the whole Yuki Lawson drama.
Okay. Yeah. So we got bonus. We did some bonus picks
Yes.
because of that.
So we made our standard 3 predictions, and then we did Yuki and Liam Lawson-based predictions who would do better. So I had Russell winning.
Okay.
He'd been getting those podium finishes, and I thought he was finally going to step up. I said Hajar, I couldn't get off that train. This time I didn't say 7th or better. I said he was getting the top performing rookie of the week,
Okay.
and that Alpine would finally get into the points. And I think you were.
I went Norris winning.
Okay. You had
Kimi being the best rookie. Alpine finally in the points. I think we agreed on that.
You said
one.
no.
I said no.
So
on the
what we
points.
did is we kind of went, who's going to be the top rookie? You said Kimi, I said Hajar. I said Alpine points, yes. You said no.
Okay.
You
I
had
did say
Norris,
no.
I had
You were
Russell.
Correct. Okay.
And then to the Yuki stuff, this gets a little bit more complicated, but you had Yuki not in the points. I had him no.
I had him not in the points.
You had him not in the points.
You
I
did
had
have
him in the points. Yep.
You gave a lot of faith.
You had Lawson doing better than Yuki.
I lost. It was.
I said Yuki will do better than Lawson. How dare you?
Yeah.
And then you had Lawson actually finishing in the points that much better than Yuki.
Yeah, you had him crashing out
I had a
altogether.
DNF. I predicted a wreck.
Okay, I'll give you this too. You called Lawson. I gave him a lot longer faith that he would do something.
Okay, so I had him as a DNF. He finished 17th.
It's almost there.
It's pretty close.
He got lapped 7 times.
Do a DNF, but yeah, I mean, you got 3 right here. So you had Alpine not in the points, and they didn't. You had
Kimmy being the rookie of the day there.
he beat out Hajar. That kind of sucked for me. And then you had Yuki not in the points. I said he'd be in the points. That was the only one I got right. Is that Yuki would do better than Lawson.
Okay, I'll take a 50% on that week. It is. It's not
What
too
percent
bad.
was I at?
10.
10. It was 1 out of 6.
Oh, 10.
Close enough. We're around 12% there.
Yeah.
Moving on to
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yep. Which
Bahrain down in
we
Africa.
also had.
Oh yeah, we did some bonus
We
ones here
did
because-
bonus points here too because we were on the Yuki. We were fighting about the Yuki situation.
Well, it was crazy so early that they're changing with Red Bull and RB, and it was chaos. So this one, we're finally honing in a little bit.
Yes. I had Piastri was going to win.
I had Norris winning, so we're sticking with Papaya. You had Norris second.
Yep.
I had Russell second. And you could not get off your Kimmy.
Kimmy in the points.
So you're in theory saying, well, in the points, that's kind of, at that point, that was kind of an easy prediction.
Well, I don't think I got it right though. So
Did he not get in the points that
no, he
week?
probably was.
I don't know. Well, look, I had Albon out of the points, even though he'd been doing so well. Let's see how we did on that. I feel like you did better than me this week.
I don't know. See? One.
I
So
was just dramatizing it.
the only race I think that Kimmy doesn't come into the points, that should have been an easy pick. I shouldn't even have made that pick.
So
to
that
be honest
was-
with you.
So that was 11th. That was the only. He's 6 races. He's been in the points 5 of them, and he finished 11th that race. So you missed it by 1
I
spot.
was trying to get an easy one, and that's what I get.
Yeah.
I get all the rest of them wrong.
Try for a layup, and you just throw it into the underside of the rim. I kind of
Oh,
love it.
man.
But you picked the winner.
Yeah.
I
that was
picked
the only
Norris. I
thing.
was wrong. So you get the winner, which to me is the biggest thing out there. I have Russell in second. He does it. Albon out of the points. He does it. Lawson out of the points. Well, that was too easy for me to say, actually. I should retract. I mean, it's like saying that.
I gave it another week, and I don't want to talk about it. I'm never cheering for that guy again. So there's
Moving on
that.
to the Jedi Knight Cornish Hen, Saudi Arabian.
May the fourth be with you.
The 4th. I mean, it's the longest name of a Grand Prix that's ever been.
Yeah, the Jeddah Corniche Chihuahua. Corniche Chihuahua.
This one, this starts the beginning of my demise.
Okay.
So I had Yuki in the points. I don't know why I can't get off Yuki.
Yeah,
I just love the guy so much. I had Russell on the podium, which at this point to me is a layup.
yeah.
And I had Max to win, which if we remember, he had got the pole. He got the pole in Jeddah. What do you have for your prediction?
Carlos Sainz said that he needed 5 races and he was going to do better. And so I put him in the points. I put Lawson in the points again.
Learn.
And then I said that Norris was going to win that race. So
Okay, well, and that's not a terrible prediction because we figure there's going to be a time that he's going to get over that hump for Piastri. He probably didn't know that Piastri is going to win thrice in a row.
Yeah.
No spoiler alert for the next one. So you got Sainz in the points.
Yep.
Which is kind of easy. Lawson, not
it was
in the
not.
points.
That was a hard one because Sainz was gifted the only point before that. So
Well,
whatever.
as I critique you, you can see a lot of red X's on me. Yuki said no points. Russell said, I'm going to finish 4th. And Max said, I'm going to start on the pole.
Yeah.
And I'm going to blow it. And that was when he got the early penalty, had to serve that in the pit, and that's what screwed him.
yeah.
And moving on to Will Smith's favorite race, Miami. This was just a few days ago. You would think we're getting 6 races in. Now we really know what to do.
Yeah, you
We
think
know
get
what to
better.
predict. So what did you predict?
So I put that RB was going again, putting some faith in the Lawson. because I actually said that. I said that he just needs to get into the points. I said that they were going to bounce ahead of Aston Martin.
So they were in 8th or 9th?
I think they're in 9th.
And you were having them jump all the way to 7th?
Yes.
Okay. And then to go along with that, I had Alpine bouncing Aston Martin and moving into 7th because we both just want Aston Martin out of there. And we're saying someone's going up there. I don't give a shit who it is.
Yeah. And my second prediction, which was, I thought, great and was looking great, Kimi ahead of George Russell for the first time.
When you made that prediction, I loved it. I didn't think of it, and I thought that's a great prediction.
Yeah, and I mean, he starts on pole in the sprint. I know that doesn't count, but he starts on pole and then starts ahead of George Russell during the race. So I'm like, this is going to be a prediction that I get right. What am I going to do?
Well, don't spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it.
It
just happened.
And then again, you pick Norris to win. I'm pretty sure you pick Norris to win every week.
No, it's only 2 weeks.
But
3 weeks.
In fairness, I picked Max to win again. I don't know why. Alpine 7th, and then Hamilton to win the sprint.
Pretty close.
Pretty close on that. He finishes 3rd compared to how he's been doing.
Yep.
Max starts on the pole of the race, and again, drops down to 4th. Norris, you had to win.
He did win the sprint, though.
And he finishes 2nd in the race, so you were close on that.
Should I get a quarter point?
And I think Kimi over Russell, the same car. I just think Russell, he's a veteran. He's a better racer. And I know where you're going there. And I think it's inevitable to happen
It's
eventually.
going to happen, yeah.
But son is not ready to beat dad in basketball yet.
Yeah.
He still can't. He's not going to be able to.
5 races, 6 races, 5 in the points. The guy's doing. It's going to happen this year. He will finish ahead of George. It just wasn't that week.
Well, I mean, you're going to cry about it?
I mean, so going off of the picks, I don't even know what they are. I think we're doing pretty good, though, right?
Like overall?
Yeah.
So in theory, there should have been 18 because there's 6 races. We did 3 each.
Oh, no.
We had bonus picks with Yuki and Lawson, so it's 23 total available. You have 8 of your 23 right, and I am dominating. So if you add us together, right now I'm going to say that's about a 30%. You're about a 34. You add us together, we're 64%. That's an F. Yeah. If you add us together.
So I didn't see this beforehand. We're going through, and I'm like, I got a couple here, a couple here, a couple here. I'm like, I got to be at least 50%. 8 of 23. We got to do better. We got to do better.
Started well. The last 2 races, I haven't gotten anything. I just apparently don't care anymore. I'm trying to get a little bit more outlandish and creative with our predictions.
Well, here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to do what we said and just make dumb predictions so we get 2 right every week. I'm going to continue to do these.
I could say Piastri on the podium this week. I could do that every week and guaranteed one.
Yeah.
You know? I could say Hulkenberg out of the points every week.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll make me sad, but it'll be true.
Yeah. You could say Lance Stroll's going to crash this week.
I could say Lance Stroll's going to be the ugliest human on the track. And then nepotism is the worst thing that's ever happened to big business.
Yeah. You could say that the FIA stewards are going to piss somebody off this week. It's going to happen every week. We're not going to do that.
I don't know about that.
We're going to say that Salami is going to be booed again.
Yes.
That happens every...
You could say that Hamilton's going to have some smart-ass stuff to say on the radio.
Yeah. Oh, man. We could just go on.
I mean, we have predictions that are good every week, but we want to bring you the juice, the beef, the creativity.
Yeah, and I don't care. You know what? If I get another 8 for the next 6 weeks, here's what it is.
My prediction right now, my prediction for the next quarter is I'm going to do better than you on predictions.
Okay.
That's my prediction. I'm going to beat you.
Okay. Not going to happen.
I'm going to beat you.
Not going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Not going to happen. We'll see. Join us in I wouldn't say 6 weeks, but 6 races.
After the next quarter, we'll bring you this same prediction to see if we've gotten a little better.
Winner.
Love you.
Follow us on YouTube at the United States of F1, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at United States F1. Copyright Brugman Media Limited 2025.